Alright, I am live. Today I am covering the potential for several tornadoes, even a couple strong tornadoes across parts of Louisiana into Mississippi, where we have a level 2 out of 5 slight risk of severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center. I am going to go over the Storm Prediction Center outlook real quick. Let me figure out how to do that. Window. There we go. Alright, so here is our outlook for today. You can see we have a slight risk of severe weather across much of Louisiana into southern central Mississippi, central Alabama, even into eastern Texas there. Our 5% tornado risk extends from much of Louisiana, southern into central Mississippi, central Alabama there. So in that area, pay attention for the potential of a few tornadoes, and I wouldn't be surprised if this overperforms and we end up seeing several tornadoes and a couple strong tornadoes. Looking at our wind risk, that should be the main risk. We have a 15% wind risk across our entire slight risk area. We could see scattered, damaging wind gusts, possibly reaching 70-75 miles an hour in some isolated spots. Our hail threat is pretty isolated, but we could still see some scattered large hail across eastern Texas and to northwestern Louisiana, and we did see that earlier. But the hail threat should be winding down at this point. Next, I'm going to look at our new meso analysis here. We should have that in now. So, the meso analysis basically will give you a bunch of information about the environment. So you can see we generally have clearing across much of Louisiana into southern central Mississippi. Not as clear, but still a decent amount of clearing. And if we go back here, you can see we have quite a bit of instability, about 1,500 to 2,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE across a raised spread area here. And we do have a decent amount of wind shear, around 50 to 60 knots of wind shear, and we also have effective helicity around 100 to probably 175 meters squared per second squared, which is enough for some tornado threat. The main reason we're not seeing a huge tornado break today is really because it's going to be too clustered, and that's the main problem. But generally, this isn't a bad environment for tornadoes. We just have to get some storms in this area. And with today's environment, it might not be the best environment for tornadoes, so we might have to get some storm mergers, which is basically when a dominant storm has merging with some smaller rain showers that can actually help with a severe weather threat, especially the tornado threat. Let me get my radar on here. Oh no, did it close? Let me just get my thing back on here. There we go. I just have to reconnect. Start broadcast. Alright, there we go. Let me get back to my radar, and then I will put this on the screen. What is the biggest tornado in history? The biggest tornado officially was the 2013 El Reno tornado in Oklahoma. It was 2.6 miles wide, and it may have even been up to an entire mile larger. And that was really one of the biggest weather disasters in that area ever. But it didn't really hit anything, so it didn't cause a lot of casualties, even though 9 people died, I believe. Window. Do I have to have this window open to... There we go. Share that screen. Alright, we can now look at the radar here. So you can see, let's see, I think I'm gonna turn off the storm tracks here. Where do I do that? It's under the settings somewhere here. Maybe. But I'm just gonna turn those off. So you can see we have some flash flood warnings off in eastern Mississippi, mainly southeastern Mississippi. Generally, we have decent clearing. Our only severe storm here is in Louisiana near Winfield. We have a small area of rotation there, it appears, but nothing too significant. We did have a couple tornado warnings on that earlier. This storm looks slightly interesting, but nothing too concerning. I'll watch that one in the future for maybe low-end tornado threat there. Let's see. We also have these storms off over here. And let's see if they have any rotation. Mostly not. If we go over here, we might see a couple areas of rotation. There were actually a couple areas of weak rotation over by Hattiesburg, Rainsboro area earlier. Right now, we only have like this weak area of rotation over here. That's really nothing to be concerned about right now. We should see some more storms starting to pop off soon because our environment is decent out here. And you can see these may be our first storms here. Our stronger storms will probably be the ones like this. These ones probably won't do much here, but we may have a slightly weak area of rotation here near St. Francisville, Louisiana. But again, that is very weak. So it's probably not going to produce a tornado at all. Generally, mostly scattered thunderstorm coverage. I would say the best chance for severe weather right now should be, let's see, where can I circle stuff, draw? I would say generally in the next like hour, I would say in this area here would be the best tornado threat, severe weather threat. But I could be wrong, but I won't be surprised if we see a few tornadoes, maybe even a strong one, and some scattered damaging wind gusts in that area over the next 30 minutes to an hour. So we'll see how that plays out. But it does seem that the storm development is starting to go up, which is good for a severe weather threat. Originally, this could have been a more daytime event, but it has slowly trended towards a more evening, nocturnal event, which is even worse because you're not going to be able to see the tornadoes, which makes them even more dangerous. So if you're in these areas, if you're under a tornado warning today into tonight, do not try to go outside and look at the tornadoes because you could not see it coming and it could like literally hit your house because it is nighttime. And unless it hits like a building and it causes a power flash or you get lightning bolts, you're probably not going to see the tornadoes here. Anyways, if you haven't already, remember to like my stream and subscribe to my channel so that YouTube will push us out to more people. And also consider sharing the stream with your friends and family so they can see the live weather coverage. But anyways, I'm continuing to wait on some more storms to pop off. Maybe a little area of weak rotation up here still. Nothing too concerning. And the storm does look like it has a bit more of a supercell shape here. I wouldn't be surprised if that, in the long term, that produces a tornado. I would say if it does produce a tornado, it would probably be downstream somewhere in this area here. Rayville, Columbia, Winsboro, Monroe areas. Certain those areas just keep That's just a heads up here. Oh, I don't want to do that. There we go. We do have this special weather statement out here for this strong storm. Mainly out here is going to be a hail threat, damaging wind threat. No tornado threat at all with these storms probably. Let's look at this storm. Nothing really bad out there with that storm. We might have a new radar scan in with these storms, and I think we do. Let's look for some areas of rotation within this line here. Not seeing anything too significant. These storms, very weak thunderstorms there right now, but as those move to the east and the northeast, those could become an issue with tornadoes. Is this normal at this time of year? In the southern United States, November, December, January, February, March, generally your best chances for tornadoes. It's unusual for them to happen like April, May. That's more unusual. During the summer, it's very weird. And even though our worst tornado break in the south occurred on April 27th, 2011, generally April's not a huge month. January is going to be winter into the early spring. I don't know what else to really talk about right now. Like, unless these storms start popping off soon, nothing much is really going to happen. I think in the next 30 to 60 minutes, we should see the storm starting to pop off more, and I won't be surprised if we see our first few tornado warnings of the late evening and to the overnight event. And again, they may be live all the way until 11 p.m. midnight Eastern Standard Time, because this is going to be an overnight event too. Decent thunderstorm out here near Poplarville. Let's see if there's any rotation. Not seeing much, but I'll keep an eye on that storm. With these storms out near Hattiesburg and Waynesboro, really no tornado threat with them now. And not seeing any areas of rotation out here. Maybe weak area of rotation down here near Fayette, Mississippi, Port Gibson, Mississippi, but nothing too significant there. There we go. I turn my tornado risk. So you can see our 5% tornado risk now. Mainly across central Alabama into central southern Mississippi, much of Louisiana there. I am going to go for a minute. So, anyways, I will be back in a minute. Alright, I am back. Did it pause again? Why did it turn off so quickly? Start broadcast. There we go. Alright, we are back on here. Let me find the radar app. Oh no, is it just stuck on that? Let me try resharing my screen here. Window. There we go. We have the radar back, thankfully. Not seeing anything too significant with these storms. Let's check these storms. And they did cancel the severe thunderstorm warning. So we have no severe thunderstorm or tornado warnings at this moment, although more will likely occur within the next hour as we start getting storms to pop off. And oh goodness, that might be a decent area of rotation there. That is a strong area of rotation if that is legitimate. And I think that is maybe hard to tell. We'll see on this next scan if it lines up with the reflectivity here. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get a tornado warning on that, because that is a decently strong area of rotation. And if that is legitimate, that could produce a tornado very soon. I was not expecting that on this scan. It seems that that was just a brief strengthening, but I wouldn't be surprised if they still put a tornado warning on that, because that is a decent area of rotation there. Very interesting. Looking down further south, here we have some storms out here. Looking at any areas of rotation, this one might be a concern for a tornado threat long term. Nothing really too significant with the rotation though there. So that's good. But the storms will likely intensify over the next hour. So if you're in those areas across southern Louisiana, specifically southeastern Louisiana into southern Mississippi, I will pay attention to these storms here because they could cause some big issues further down the line. Alright, let's see. Let's go up. We definitely do have some rotation here. And I think it is translating to the surface some, but it's not super strong rotation, but I still think it might warrant a tornado warning. If they put a tornado warning on it earlier, I think they should now. It's really hard to tell if that's actual rotation or contamination, because it's like, it would make sense if it's rotation, but it's kind of on the edge of a reflectivity. It's kind of hard to tell there. But I will continue paying attention to that too if they do decide to issue a tornado warning on that. Let's see. Any areas of rotation down here? No, it doesn't appear like there's anything. Again, in your brown, that is the 5% tornado risk, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple strong tornadoes in the area just because of the environment we have out here. And we also have the 2% tornado risk. Excuse me, extending across most of Alabama, most of Mississippi, most of Louisiana there into eastern Texas, portions of the western Florida panhandle there. So we have a decently large area where we have to be concerned about at least a few tornadoes, maybe 5% tornado risk, specifically eastern Louisiana into central and southern Mississippi. That's where you could see a couple strong tornadoes potentially. They did consider upgrading to an enhanced risk, but that never really happened. And I think we might have our soundings out now for our 0Z soundings. So let's actually see if I can find those soundings here real quick. If they're not out yet, I'll wait a couple minutes to see if they release them. Here we go. Observe sounding analysis. And waiting for it to load. Let's see. Maybe it'll work if I go back and then try it again. It's being a little slow. How is my Chromebook went from like 30% to full in like just a little bit over an hour? These things charge fast. It's still not loaded. Let me try this. Alright, and then I will go to tools, observe sounding analysis. There we go. We have our soundings out here. Now let's just minimize this. Go back, turn off the screen, share my screen, window. Wait a second. Maybe if I just move that. There we go. Wait, why didn't it? What? No. I can't share. Let's see. Maybe if I edit my stream, it'll. Oh no. It won't let me do anything. Let's refresh here. Wait a second. Maybe I. There we go. Maybe if I do that, it should help. Nope. I'm gonna have to refresh my. Oh, nope. Wrong camera. And we should be back now. There we go. I just had some technical difficulties there. Let's try float. And then let's go window, Chrome, share. And let's make sure it's sharing. There we go. All right, so we're going to look at our new observed soundings, looking at the one from Jackson, Mississippi. Not great. Let's go to this area. That's a decent sounding there. You can see that's a decent spread there. There, decent change of direction of height. Only thing that is our lapse rates, but if mergers, we actually should be able to overcome that, and we have a SRH here around 100 in our surface to 3 kilometers, which is at least a few tornadoes, maybe wrong. Looking at our STP, you can see generally potential to EF3 tornadoes here, mainly EF1, EF2 range there. So we could see a couple strong tornadoes potentially. That's a decent sounding, could be better, but overall not a terrible sounding actually. What is our free cape? 173 joules per kilogram, which is good for tornadoes, and our Down Cape is almost 1,000 joules per kilogram, so damaging wind is definitely possible. Let's go to southwest Louisiana. Not as great of a sounding, but definitely still some tornadic potential there. We do have some decent Cape, but our SRH isn't as good. Although, and our lapse rates are about the same. Our holograp's not nearly as good. And we don't have as much change of direction of height, but I would say southeastern Louisiana to southern Mississippi definitely our best tornado threat. And we have a new mesoscale discussion from the Storm Prediction Center. So let's actually get that to back up. Let's go to the Storm Prediction Center. And we should be able to view our new mesoscale discussion. Share. Oh, great. It's going to do this again. So we should be back now. All right. We're going to do this the right way. We're going to float. We're going to go over. We're going to share screen. We're going to do Chrome. And there we go. We should have a new scale discussion out. So if we go here, yep, new scale discussion. Up, it hasn't loaded yet, I guess. Roll it. Sorry, I'm a little sick. But anyways, let's wait a couple minutes for it. But looking at the discussion, I can actually view it, and the main threat will be a few tornadoes, maybe one or two strong potentially. There will likely be one or more tornado watches in the next hour, so they do think that the tornado threat is going up and the severe weather threat is going up, just like I predicted. I actually had a pretty good prediction on that one, surprisingly. Let's go back to her. Oh, they just canceled the special weather statement in northwestern Louisiana. Interesting. I probably wouldn't have canceled it, but they can do what they want. Is it loaded now? Bruh. What if we go from their website? Has it loaded up that we have a new Outlook out soon? It appears that they have just issued a new Outlook. Slight risk of marginal risk slightly trimmed from the western portions there. So we know what our new Outlook is going to look like. Just waiting for the mesoscale discussion to load on here. Open it finally loaded. So what is that? I think that is probably our warm front, maybe. So below that is where our best severe weather threat for tornadoes will be. Let's see, tornado peak intensity 100 to 130 miles an hour. So that's EF1, EF2 range. Wind 55 severe miles an hour. High end strong range, low and severe range. And our hail should be 1 to 1.75 inches, which is generally low and severe range. 80% chance of a watch within the next hour or two, and they might issue one or two watches. A mix of supercells on near segments, risk of damaging winds, and a couple of tornadoes. Doesn't look like there's much inhibition. 1,000 to 2,000 joules per kilogram of cape, 50 to 60 knots of shear. Like I said, 100 to 150 meters squared per second squared. That's our range there. And will likely support low-level rotation. So basically everything I literally said. And do we have our new Outlook out? Not yet, but we probably will soon. I will wait for the Outlook have they technically issued the outlook yet. Yep, 4 minutes ago. Slight risk. It would be a little late to upgrade to an enhanced risk, but I do think there's a chance that it still overperforms. The storm formation might be a little delayed. We could have had multiple tornado warnings by now, but we still have a decent chance of a few tornadoes, maybe one or two strong, over the next few hours. But generally nothing like a huge tornado outbreak. Let's just rapidly refresh the page, and hopefully that will mean I get the outlook faster. Or maybe it will just lag their website. They still don't have a new outlook. How dare they hide the outlook for me? For what is it? Like 6 minutes? 5 minutes? Whatever? How dare they hide the official outlook from me? Why is it taking so long? Bro, I just want to look at the tornado risk and stuff. Alright, let's go to their website. And it seems that they have finished their outlook. So it should be out soon. We're just gonna refresh. Oh my goodness, why is my computer so warm? It's like almost burning me. That is not normal, but it's probably because I'm refreshing about 100 times a second. Please load the new outlook. I want to see the new outlook. Alright, let's go back to the website and go to the day one convective outlook, and hopefully it loaded, and it did not load yet. Which means that I'm gonna have to wait probably like another minute for it to load, but I'm gonna try to get to it anyway. Nope, still the 2020 Z outlook. I don't know, I said 2000 because it looks like 2000 up there. Alright. Gonna go back here one more time. Hopefully it loaded again. Nope. Still the same day one outlook. Bad gateway. What do you mean bad gateway? Bad gateway. It's probably because the outlook's updating at this exact moment. Let's see if we can get to it now. Yep, here's the 0 or the 1Z outlook for tonight. Looking at our tornado risk. Tornado risk remains the same. Wind risk trim for the west still have that small 15% hail risk for the storms that form in eastern Texas, northwestern Louisiana, northern Louisiana there. But generally, off to the west, you're done with the severe weather threat in parts of eastern Texas there. Now I'm going to go back to the radar, and hopefully we do get some tornadoes soon. Alright, here is our live radar now. Doesn't seem like a lot of rotation areas, mainly off to the north here. Let's look at this random thunderstorm. If that Is that rotation? Nope, that's probably just contamination. Any legitimate rotation? Nope. No legitimate rotation in Mississippi. Any legitimate rotation out here? Not really. Nope, I don't want to go to that. Let's see. Should I change the title? I'll change the title once we get a tornado warning. I am surprised we don't have a tornado warning on this storm. I'm very surprised because they had a tornado warning on it earlier when the rotation was weaker. And now they don't when the rotation's a little stronger. Very classic National Weather Service move. See, it's not the strongest rotation, but still decent rotation, and they still don't have a tornado warning out on it. There's no 118-mile-an-hour rotation. That was just my bad. If there was 118-mile-an-hour on one side, that would be an intense tornado, or at least, or just strong upper level rotation, or absolute corruption from the radar for no reason, which would be really bad at this time. If the velocities got corrupted, because you couldn't tell where the rotation is, because everything would look purple and pink, when in reality it's supposed to be red and green. Unless it's a strong, violent tornado or like a derecho. Still not seeing much out here for tornadoes. We should start getting we probably should get a tornado watch out in portions of western Louisiana out here soon. Probably within the next 30 minutes, because we do have a couple hours of rotation out here, and we will see some more tornadic storms form out here. And our environment out here, I don't know what it is for rotation or tornadoes, but we will have a new meso analysis out very soon in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So I'll just wait for that. It seems like this storm might be the dominant supercell out here right now. If there's going to be any tornado for the northern Louisiana right now, it would definitely be if this storm near Clark's, Ola, Louisiana. Just waiting for there to be a tornado warning so I can finally change the title to Live Tornado Warning or Tornado Warning Live or something. Let's see. Is this a good area of rotation? I'm surprised they still don't have a tornado warning of that, honestly, because normally they would have a tornado warning, especially if how they were warning rotations earlier. Like Larry earlier. A bird flew to the sky, increases the rotation by 1 miles an hour, and they issue a tornado warning. And now the rotation increased a decent amount, and now they're not issuing a tornado warning. And here's our latest radar scan. Well, that's either radar breaking or we're about to have a strong tornado on the ground. I guess it gets the second one, or that might just be inflow because it's not really super meshed up with a reflectivity. Get off my screen. I don't want you on my screen, you pop-up. There you go. Go away, pop-ups. Wait, did my radar just glitch? Did you guys see that? It looked like my radar just glitched over. I looked at my screen on the computer and it looked like it glitched. It's glitching on my computer. I didn't realize that. Just waiting for the new radar scan on this storm. And it seems that we do have a new scan in. And we still have rotation, I guess. Maybe starting to get a little stronger out here. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a tornado warning within the next 20 minutes on that storm if it continues to strengthen its rotation. Looking better out here for these storms. This storm's looking really nice. Can we review our echo tops? Enhanced echo tops. Let's see, 30,000 feet. Wow, this storm out here has a high echo top. Let's 42,000 feet's pretty high up. And this starts getting mergers too, it looks like. Doesn't have a very significant tornado for it because the conditions aren't very as favorable as in parts of Louisiana, though. Let's see, this storm. It could have rotation, but I don't think it's going to produce a tornado soon. Maybe in like the next 30 minutes to an hour. In that time frame, it might produce a tornado, but nothing too concerning in the short term. I would give like a 15% chance this thing produces a tornado before like 7:30 p.m. Uh-oh, I accidentally hit my microphone. That's not good. I like how there's just like 195 people watching this radar, even though there's literally no warnings. There's no tornado warning, no severe thunderstorm warning. The only warning we have in this area is it's a special weather statement. Like that's it. It's not even close to the radar here. It would be really bad if we had like one supercell form and just track right through Alexandria and produce like a strong, intense tornado right over Alexandria there. That would be really bad if that happened. Hopefully that doesn't happen though. Looking like just broad rotation over this area near Clark, Louisiana. The same has been for the last, 45 minutes? It's already been 45 minutes. What time is it? 7 p.m.? It's been a while. Let's see here. Not looking like we have good storms near the radar. Mainly just thunder. It's really been thunder with these storms. I'm not even seeing any lightning with these storms other than these random lightning strikes appear. So if you have these areas down here near like Colfax, you have no lightning, which is good. If you're up here near Clark's, you do have lightning. So make sure you to stay indoors. Don't go outside in the lightning. You do not want to get struck by the lightning. Or else you could get electrocuted by the lightning. Even though it's a low chance, it can still happen. If your hair suddenly sticks up when there's a thunderstorm when you're outside, you have to run to the indoors because you're gonna get struck by lightning. Or lightning's gonna strike near you and you're still gonna feel it either through the electricity or the heat. I accidentally went on a 1 minute yapping streak about lightning. I don't know how I managed that, but somehow I did it. Alright, so I am 1 like away from 10 likes. If I hit 10 likes within the next like 5-10 minutes, I will show my cat on the stream. So if you want to see my cat on the stream, make sure to like the stream now if you haven't. Right now, we're just waiting for some storms to strengthen here. And we still have the, 70-mile-an-hour inflow here. And the storm still looks deorganized for some reason. Maybe because it's a little far away from our radar. I'm still. Maybe these storms will have a tornado first. Move to the east. Again, if I hit 10 likes, which I'm only one like away from 10, I will show my cat on the live stream for a few seconds. So if you want to see my cat on the live stream, make sure you like the stream now if you haven't already. I'm just looking at some storms here. Nothing tornadic about them at the moment. Our only tornado storm, probably this one, where it has very, 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 very broad and very, 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 very weak rotation. Basically, it might as well just be considered a severe thunderstorm with a mesocyclone, which is a supercell. Alright, nice we have 4 people watching. Please consider sharing this stream with your friends and family if you haven't, because that will help me reach more people with my coverage. And I will be live likely until at least 9 p.m. Central Time, possibly as late as 10 or 11 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you continue to watch my stream. We will likely see the severe weather threat ramp up rapidly over the next 30 minutes to an hour, and we should see a tornado watch soon for portions of western Louisiana here. And if you haven't liked our stream already, make sure you do that, because at 10 likes, I am going to show my cat on the stream for a few seconds so you guys can see my cat and say hi to my cat. Alright, can we get like 5 tornado warnings in like 1 minute? Like, can we get like 5 storms to randomly like just rapidly intensify to full-blown supercells of like the next 5 minutes, and I'll have like strong rotations so I actually have something to cover. Looking at our Clark storm, that is not good. But looks more like legitimate rotation. I won't be surprised if they issue a tornado warning on that storm, because it does look like we have some stronger rotation trying to form out here. That could produce a tornado, and it does seem like that's getting stronger. They probably should issue a tornado warning on this, because that is more decent rotation. That's like the strongest rotation that's had this whole time. So they probably should issue a tornado warning on that, or at least a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning, because there's some pretty strong inflow winds and some severe winds of the storm itself. Let's see. I'm going to keep watching this storm here, because that is the one storm. This could be like our starting of a main event here. That could be like the first storm to produce a tornado, maybe even a strong tornado if everything goes well. And looking here, our reflectivity starts to get stronger again. You can see here that is some strong rotation, even if it is a little bit elevated. That is easily has like 40-50 mile an hour rotation towards the ground if it is actual rotation, and the rotation is continuing over here. We likely have some decent rotation closer to the ground here. Not seeing anything in terms of debris, but they probably will issue a tornado warning for that storm at some point due to the rapidly strengthening rotation. And remember, I only need 1 more like to get to 10 likes, and at 10 likes, I will show my cat. At 20 likes, I will show my cat. 30 likes, I will show my cat on stream. So if you haven't liked the stream already, make sure to like the stream if you want to see my cat, so you can say hi to my cat and stuff. and it only takes one more like to hit 10 likes. The storm is getting really concerning, though. I'm not liking the looks of this storm. I am not liking the looks of this storm. That could be an issue in the short term. What did they say? Next 20 minutes, this rotation could strengthen. It could produce a tornado in the next 30 to 60 minutes. Guess what? We're in that 20-minute time frame. The rotation's stronger now. This is just to the west of Clark's. It's going to probably travel off to the north of Clark's. Looking at any debris, we do not have any debris. And there's a rotation right there. Small but stronger area of rotation. I'm surprised they haven't issued a tornado warning of that. Unless they're seeing something I'm not seeing, that is at least some 30, 40 mile an hour rotation on the ground, towards the ground there. We don't think there's a tornado on the ground, but there could be a tornado on the ground for storm in the future. And this storm is really going to probably carry our main event for at least 20 or 30 minutes until we start seeing other storms really popping off and explode in southern Louisiana. Once those storms start to strengthen, they could easily produce several tornadoes, maybe even a strong tornado or two. Speaking of Louisiana here, going back down, doesn't seem like our stores are strengthening a ton, which is good, but they will likely will strengthen over the next hour or two, which isn't good. And if you have just joined my stream, first of all, please consider sharing this stream with your friends and family, especially those in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, so they can watch the stream. And also, if you haven't already, please consider liking this stream. I only need one more stream to hit 10, one more like to hit 10 likes. And if I hit 10 likes, I will show my cat on the stream. So make sure you do that if you haven't already. Our rotation is continuing to stay strong here. And that is not good. Because, yeah, that is some decent rotation. And it seems like the precipitation is getting stronger. So if that is legitimate rotation, if there was a tornado on the ground, you would not be able to see that tornado. Because it is rain wrapped, it's nighttime. That is not a good combination for a storm if you want to be able to see it. So unless we could see it on radar, there's a good chance the tornadoes could go undetected. There we go. I just had to drink some water. And we did get 10 likes, so I'm going to go get my cat real quick and show her on the stream. Let's see. Nope, I don't have my cats under there. Okay, I was finished. Alright, I got the cat. You ready? Here is my cat. Say hi to my cat. She's like, ooh, what's that? I can see myself. My cat. Really? You want to be put down now? Okay, I'll put you on the ground. Hey, don't kick me. Ah! Alright, I'll let you out. I'll let you out, cat. And go. Alrighty. I am back. That was my cat. Just lower the microphone a little bit. My chair's like jammed in the floor. Alright, let's share screen, window, Android cast, share. No huge updates. Looking at our area of rotation near Clark's, that continues to be a strong area of rotation. Surprised I haven't even put a severe thunderstorm warning yet. Considering that is a strong area of rotation. And once we get our tornado threat starting to pop off, it will last for a few hours, potentially into the early morning tomorrow. We already have a slight risk of severe weather across mainly central Alabama, where you can see scar-damaging wind gusts and a few tornadoes across that area tomorrow morning, with the stars continuing. So Alabama's gonna get hit tonight, and it's also going to get hit tomorrow morning. So Alabama's going to have a long day of storms. A long time of storms. Still waiting on them to issue that tornado watch. How long has it been? 35 minutes. Oh, nice. There's literally 13 people still looking at the mesoscale discussion. Very interesting. Let me lower my microphone. And no new areas of rotation yet. We do have this special weather statement out here for 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Let's see our air of rotation out here. We still have the air of rotation. This now moving towards Grayson, Pulpwood, Spur, Banks Springs, Columbia Heights, and Columbia. Let's there's an area of rotation. Does seem to be matching up with our reflectivity. They probably should issue a tornado warning on this. Here's our reflectivity. You can see generally decent reflectivity of that area. There's a rotation. It's about mid-level rotation-ish, but even on the ground, that's still going to be 30, 40, 50-mile-an-hour rotation. And we could see a tornado in the future of this storm. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do issue a tornado warning on this soon in the next 15, 20 minutes. That's my prediction for when we will get a tornado warning of this 15, 20 minutes from now. Again, that is a strong area of rotation there, though. Oh, we have a new scan coming in. New scan coming in here. Right now, our rotation would be located pretty much just due north of Clark's. Where's our rotation right now? Our rotation is probably somewhere in that area, around here, around that spot. I was getting decently close to Columbia there in Louisiana. I don't know how we don't have a tornado warning there. Let me blow my nose. I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. But after that, I will watch to see what a rotation will turn into. There we go. All right. Let me just. Oh no, my iPad fell. That is not good. I'm really surprised that they haven't issued a tornado warning on this, considering that a rotation seems more legitimate now. And we do have a new radar scan in. And we're going to see what that radar scan will look like. There we go. Alright. Does see that the rotation is still strong. Oh, but we officially have a tornado warning. We now have a tornado warning, including Bank Springs, Pulpwood Spur, Columbia Heights, Columbia, Mount Pleasant, Bellevue, Riverton, Herbert, and Corey in Louisiana, and Riverton. So if you're in those areas, make sure you are indoors now because there's a tornado warning. There could be a tornado at any time. There we go. Let's update my title to tornado warning in Louisiana. There we go. We finally have a tornado warning of this storm. Let's see where area of rotation is. Right in there. Let's see where they say the area of rotation is. Near Columbia. That is pretty accurate. Oh my goodness, our area of rotation is getting a little larger there, which could be a sign that it's strengthening still. I'm glad we finally issued that tornado warning. They probably will issue a tornado watch soon, considering we literally have a tornado warning out now. I don't know if we'd be able to tell if it's a tornado unless it's like a strong to violent tornado, which is, I'd say, unlikely in this area. So if there's a tornado, we probably already know after damage surveys, or unless a storm chaser or someone sees it, which is highly unlikely considering 1, it's rain wrapped, 2, it's nighttime, and 3, there's blurry in the middle of rural areas other than like Columbia, which is a small town. And we do have a new radar scan in. Does seem like our storm is looking more tornadic now. And let's wait for our area of rotation or velocities to update. And we will see still a strong area of rotation. We could have a tornado on the ground at any time, so make sure you stay in your safe spots if you're at Columbia, Riverton, Mount Pleasant, Mississippi, or Louisiana. We should have our mezzo analysis out now. So let's look at our latest mezzo. Excuse me. Going to mezzo analysis. Let's stop sharing, share screen window. Chrome. There we go. And just to make sure it Oh, we're going to go to the southeast sector. And we're going to look at our environment by our storms. Not the best environment, but still enough for tornadoes. Going down to southern Louisiana, that's where we have a great environment for tornadoes. Even to the west of that, still a good environment. And so for western Mississippi, starting to get a better environment out there too. Window, Android cast. There we go. Back to our radar. We had a couple of radar scans occur during that time, and their area of rotation 94 miles an hour. That could just be a little overestimated, but that is strong mid-level rotation. Even if that's not translated to the surface, it's likely still 50-60 mile an hour rotation at the surface. So make sure that you stay in your safe spot. We could have a tornado on the ground near Columbia, Louisiana, and that would not be good if we have a tornado, because that would head right through this area, which doesn't seem to have a lot of homes. Our rotation got stronger still. It is near 100 miles an hour rotation on this one side. Combined, that's 110 mile an hour rotation easily. That is not good, guys. That is not good. Even that's mid-level rotation, but still, that is strong rotation near the surface. Probably around 40 to 60 miles an hour. So that could still produce a tornado at any time. So make sure you stay in your safe spot if you're in this area. Did they update the tornado warning? This was issued by Shreveport. Weird. I don't know if Shreveport issued it unless there's just no National Weather Service sound vet. See, from review, that definitely is rotation. So we can confirm that is real rotation from this storm. Let's look at where rotation is on this next scan. We should get our new velocities in soon. Hopefully it doesn't continue strengthening, because if it's continue strengthening at the same rate in 30 minutes, it's going to be an EF5 tornado with speeds, and it's still strengthening. Maybe it's stabilized. Birds say that at this point, it is likely that it could produce a tornado. Now the rotation strengthened, it is stabilized. Now, we have 300 people watching the same radar. That is insane. Let me change my title to Possible Tornado in Louisiana, because there easily could be a tornado on the ground. Right here. Possible tornado in Louisiana. And that could easily be a tornado at any time. So if you're in that area, you know anyone in that area, stay in your safe spot. And this does seem to be becoming more severe. The thunderstorm strengthening, we have a lot of lightning. That's a sign of strengthening. If that strengthening will increase the tornado threat. You can see there, strong rotation there. Thankfully, we can't tell if there's a tornado on the ground. That's bad, but it doesn't look like there's a tornado. I can't look at any of the storm chaser's feet because you have to get permission to show their feeds, and I don't have permission, so I can't show them on my stream. Let's see. We should get a new radar scan in here soon. Alright, I'm gonna go for a minute, but I will check out this new radar scan when we have it, mainly the velocities. Alright, let's check out our new scan. I can't believe it's been over an hour. Oh yeah, there's still strong rotation, at least in the mid-levels. The issue is we're getting farther from the radar, so that means we're looking farther into the atmosphere here, which means we're just not going to get as good of scans. Do we have any alerts for yourself? Nothing yet. Our storms are continuing. Why does it feel like our storms have not moved? Am I crazy, or does it feel like the storms have just been in the same place? Oh, it's because they're moving very much northward. That's why it feels like we're just staying over the same place. There's our radar scan for velocities. We still have strong rotation in the mid levels here. If that does translate down to the surface, that would easily be a tornado on the ground, but we don't know if that's at the surface. We don't really know if there's a tornado or not. We just have to rely on what we can see on radar, and if there's any visuals on the tornado, which I doubt there would be because rain, nighttime, not a good combination for seeing tornadoes. That's a good combination for not seeing tornadoes. If you don't want to see the tornado, well, today's your day. But you probably want to see the tornado if you're a normal person. I'm not sure what happened on the scan, but I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good. That's not good. Also, where is our tornado watch? Like, I feel like I should have issued it already. How long has it been? Over an hour? I'm surprised they haven't issued a new tornado watch. Let's see if they do have a tornado watch out. I'll look on my phone. Uh-oh. You guys probably just heard a really loud sound. Maybe not, but I accidentally bumped my microphone. Let's see if we do have a tornado watch out. I would assume they will issue a tornado watch soon if they haven't already, because the severe weather threat is ramping up now. No tornado watch yet. Nope, nothing yet, which is good. This is our only severe weather alert, unless you include flash flood warnings, which technically aren't severe weather warnings. See, I don't see anything too bad. Looking at Columbia, Mississippi area, we do have some storms out here, but looking at our velocities, nothing too bad on velocities. Oh yeah, I kid every time that's rotation, even that far away somehow. It seems our velocities are doing weird things. Interesting. That could mean that a rotation is weakening, or that's translating. It could be translating down closer to the surface. If it's the second one, that would be really bad. If it's the first one, that would be really good. Well, if you don't want tornadoes, it would be good. If you want tornadoes, it would be bad. But I don't think you want tornadoes unless you are just obsessed with tornadoes. You usually don't want tornadoes. I want tornadoes to cover my stream, but I don't want them to hit like any seas or tell significantly. Unfortunately, that's what happens during tornado outbreaks. Today, we've already had at least 3 tornadoes, all in Mississippi, and we are starting to see an ramping up of our tornado threat, and we'll likely see more tornadoes soon. Oh, we have some storms. Nothing too bad. Let's see. Near this area, near Livonia, nothing too bad. Our tornado warning will expire in 24 minutes. Oh, great. It strengthened on the last frame we will ever have. Well, beyond this, it's just a guessing game, really, because, like, we won't be able to tell if there's a tornado. And we have 0 viewers. How do we have 0 viewers? I'm actually gonna crash out. Like, bro, I'm doing weather coverage. That's good. There might be a tornado right now. And everyone left my stream. Like, what the heck, bro? That is not cool. That is not Sigma. That guy just lost all his aura points. What is going on? Our storm is out for velocities for a couple minutes until it reappears in this band of velocities, where it's gonna be nearly impossible to tell what's happening. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if they haven't cut to you of a tornado warning because our area of rotation is about to leave the warning. Probably issue a new tornado warning in this area. What does it look like for Shreveport? Uh, First rotation, not as strong as it was earlier, but still a decent rotation out here, which is still pretty concerning. My phone fell. There we go. Phone drop counter 1. And there we go. Rotations in the middle of everything, and we're not going to be able to tell where anything is. This is the greatest part. Do we have a tornado watch now? Now? Maybe we have a tornado watch now. Considering we literally have this one Supercell out here. That's literally been our entire main event for like the past 2 hours. This one storm has carried our entire event. Nope. No tornado watch. No tornado watch. Hope we have a new radar scan. If we had to ask you where you thought the rotation was in this, you probably say anywhere from here all the way over up to here somewhere. We don't know where it is. It's really this scan. It was right in the middle here. No, right now it's probably somewhere over here. Somewhere, I don't know. It could be anywhere in here. We don't know where the rotation is or how strong it is. Up. There we go. But we know the best rotation's right here. The thing is, we won't be able to tell if there's a tornado because look at all the correlation coefficient. But where's our new tornado warning? Where's our new tornado? I'm confused on why we don't have a new tornado warning yet. Because we definitely should have a tornado warning because there could be a tornado right now. There we go. Let's see what's happening over here. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. All right. Well, but Radar's not gonna really help us anymore, so we might as well just like go check out these other storms down here. As we do have a lot of storms trying to form. This one seems like a dominant supercell thunderstorm. That one might become one of our dominant storms. However, our most concerning storm is the tornado warned one that doesn't actually have a tornado in the area of rotation in the tornado warning because they decided not to issue the new tornado warning off to the east of this one. So now we have this tornado warning in this rotation, the unwarranted rotation, which is great. What are places in the path of this rotation? Mangham, Delhi, Cary, Holly Bluff. Wait a silly second. Why is there literally about one storm in every southern tornado outbreak in Louisiana and Mississippi that takes that path like of a rolling fork storm? Like absurd. Like every tornado event down here has that one supercell that decides to do rolling fork 2.0 but less worse. Like how many times did that happen last year? Like 3 or 4 times last year. Like it kept happening near Rolling Fork, the same city that got hit by that EF4 tornado in 2023. Alright, so our radar's just a mess. We can start paying attention to this storm here that has absolutely nothing concerning with it at all. That storm may be weak rotation. Not much to talk about right now. Still waiting to cover that tornado watch. How long ago was our mesoscale discussion issued? How long ago was that? I know it was like an hour ago, but they said that like 1 or 2 hours. If that was issued at 6:40. It's been about an hour, so we should start seeing our tornado watches within the next 45 minutes here. Overall, this event has been pretty tame to what it could have been by now, but we will continue to watch the overnight threat here for some tornadoes. Let's see. 0 people watching my stream. That's very sad. I am very sad and lonely. Yay, we have 1 person watching my stream. The only thing I've been talking about for the past hour is this storm. That's literally been the entire stream. They left me. I am now lonely again. Bro, who unliked my stream? Who unliked my stream? Who unliked my stream? You know how offensive and disrespectful I take that? I'm not offended by that at all, actually. I don't know why I'm saying that. Wait a second. We got Tornado Watch. We got a new Tornado Watch coming very soon. Tornado Watch number 2 has been issued. We officially have Tornado Watch number 2. Tornado Watch just issued. Can I spell? Maybe. Can I spell good? I almost said, can I spell goodly? That proves I cannot spell good. I can spell good. Good. Open. We have Tornado Watch 2 and until what? 10 UTC. What is that in Central Time? Like, alright, so 0 UTC would be. So 1 UTC is 7 p.m. 6 p.m. 4 a.m. in the morning. Let's see, a few tornadoes possible. Scar damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour. Possible isolation. Large hail events to 1.5 inches diameter possible. Alright, this includes portions of northern Louisiana into central southern Mississippi, several of those areas. You are now under a tornado watch for the potential of a few tornadoes and some scattered damaging wind gusts. Those are your primary threats. Eastern Mississippi could see some flash flooding, but generally that's going to start being a concern as we get more of these storms training over the same exact areas over and over and over and over and over and over. If you've just joined me, we'll likely get another tornado watch, including portions farther south into Louisiana. Why is my computer cursor like that? Something tells me this event's just getting started here. We have more thunderstorms off to the west. We have thunderstorms in the area. We have thunderstorms farther to the south. This is going to be a longer stream than usual. I know it. Oh, but we might have an area of rotation trying to develop in the lower level area near Kelsey, Leeville, Dawson, Switch, Your Plantation, Stoma Plantation, Brooks, Mixed, DuPont, Allen. So yeah. We still have this tornado warning up here, but that should be let to expire because one, there's no area of rotation. Two, the area of rotation that prompted the tornado warning is off to the east now, which means it's basically more useless than my cat when I need it. Or more useless than my computer when I need it to work. If you've just joined my stream, we now have a tornado watch for portions of Louisiana and to southern Mississippi, and that should pop up on here in a second. Alright, these people really be clicking my stream and leaving right away. Like, it's super annoying. But imagine we get like an intense tornado later today, like tonight, and I'm one of the few people alive for it. That'd be crazy. That'd be insane. Let's see. The tornado watch has still not popped up here. Machine hurts. I'm just ready for the tornado watch to pop up. And yep, they left my stream. Happens every single time. I've probably gotten like a ton of viewers, but they just keep joining and leaving and 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 joining. Yeah. Hello. we have one. If you just joined my stream, we're just ready got some activity and the tornado watch to pop up because we really don't have a lot now. You can see there's one tornado warning, but there's no area of rotation there, and of course they left my stream. We really need to get more people to watch my stream. Because if people stay to watch my stream, that means more people get recommended the stream. If they stay to watch my stream, more people get recommended it. And more people 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 and more people. And then I get 1,000 viewers at once. Let's see. Light snow starting at 15 minutes from me. Finally, the snow came from me after like 10 days. Like they said 3-4 days ago, it's gonna snow this afternoon and evening, and it finally popped up. Anyways, if you've just joined. Alright, if you've just joined my stream, we're just waiting for some activity to pop up. Really, we don't really have any tornado-ish storms other than this one, which that one here is kind of in a radar hole. Looking at the Jackson radar, nothing too concerning. Phone drop counter is equal to 1. I'm pretty sure we have a tornado watch. Watch is no mention of a tornado watch, which is weird. Let's see if nothing really happens in like the next few minutes. I might go head off and be available for another streams anytime when the activity finally picks up. You know what? I'll just go ahead and end my stream now and then set up a new stream. And stream